Most guitarists don't actually have a soloing problem. They have a talking problem. Their fingers know what to play, they just don't know when to shut up. I spent years adding more scales, more licks, more patterns, thinking that was the gap. It wasn't. The gap was phrasing, chord awareness, and the ability to actually hear what I was trying to play before my fingers moved. Nobody told me to work on those things specifically, so I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to give you the exact exercises I wish someone had handed me. There's a free PDF guide in the description that covers everything in this video, with exercises, backing track recommendations, and breakdowns you can take straight to the guitar. Worth downloading before you practice any of this. The first thing to fix is phrasing. Listen to the opening of Comfortably Numb. Gilmour plays a phrase, lets it hang there, and waits long enough that you start wondering where he's going next. That pause is not a mistake, it's part of the phrase. He's not filling space, he's using it. Most players fill every gap because silence feels like failure. It isn't. Silence is tension, and tension is what makes the next note mean something. The exercise is simple. Put on an A minor backing track. Give yourself one rule, 3 notes per phrase. Play 3, stop, listen, answer with 3 more. The first thing you'll discover is how much you normally rely on your fingers to make decisions for you. When you have unlimited notes, your hands hide behind patterns. Take that away, and suddenly you have to decide where the phrase is going. 10 minutes of this before every session for 2 weeks, and your solos will not sound the same after that. The second thing is the bend. I'd rather hear 1 note bent beautifully than 30 notes played cleanly. And I say that as someone who spent years chasing the 30 notes. When Stevie Ray Vaughan bends a note, it sounds like a human voice in distress. The difference between his bend and a beginner's bend is not strength, it's that he hears the target note before he moves. The bend is just how he gets there. Fix this by picking 1 target note, 7th fret, 3rd string. Bend up to it from 2 frets below, slowly, and stop exactly on pitch. Hold it for 4 full beats. Release slowly. 20 reps before you play anything else in your session. Once you can land it precisely every time, add vibrato at the top. Small oscillations from the wrist, not the fingers. Now the note breathes. The third thing is chord tone targeting, and this is why someone can know 5 scales and still sound completely lost over a 2-chord vamp. They're playing the scale, not the harmony. Take a 2-chord loop, A minor to G major, 1 bar each, repeating. 1 rule. Every time the chord changes, your phrase must land on the root. A when A minor hits, G when G major hits. Everything between is yours, the landing is not. After a few sessions, this stops feeling restrictive and starts feeling like you finally have somewhere to go. Once roots are natural, start targeting thirds, the note that tells your ear whether the chord feels major or minor. Land on it at the right moment, and the emotional shift hits before the listener understands why. The fourth thing is embarrassing to admit, but it's the most effective method I know. Sing the solo before you play it. Out loud, badly, before your fingers touch the strings. Your voice already knows how to phrase musically. It breathes naturally, puts emphasis in the right places, knows when a sentence ends. Your fingers don't know any of that by default. They know patterns. When you sing a phrase and then find it on the guitar, it came from inside you rather than from muscle memory, and that difference is immediately audible. Listen to Robin Ford or Larry Carlton. There's a reason their phrasing sounds conversational. They're not running scales, they're making statements. Put on a backing track, don't touch the guitar, sing a 4-bar solo as badly as you want, then find it on the instrument. 10 minutes of this and you'll realize how little of what you normally play actually comes from what you're hearing. The fifth thing is the one that takes the most time and gives back the most. Learn one complete solo, note for note, bend for bend, vibrato for vibrato, from a player you love. Not to copy them, to understand how they think. When you learn a solo by ear, you're not memorizing positions, you're absorbing decisions. Why this phrase starts here, why that bend lands there, why he waits before answering himself. Tabs tell you what happened, your ear tells you why. Pick something just beyond where you are. Comfortably Numb for space and feel, Sultans of Swing for melodic phrasing. Slow it down, 4 bars at a time, full tempo before you move forward. After you do this once, pieces of that solo start appearing in your own playing without trying. That's vocabulary, things you know how to say because you spent weeks understanding how someone else said them. Every original voice in guitar is built from the players that person spent years trying to sound like. The PDF in the description has the full exercises, backing track suggestions, and a curated list of solos to learn ranked by difficulty. Everything in this video written out so you can take it straight to the guitar. It's free. Go get it.